Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. Man, oh man, am I geeking out about this whole bread thing, this whole fermented food culture that we had no idea about. We're going to show you how to make bread with yeast from the air.
Sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread. Oh my gosh, it is the bomb. Let's get to it, you guys. Welcome to Hidden Valley Homestead, where my wife Olivia and I escaped the city to homestead our off-grid property in Idaho. This is our journey. My lovely wife here has discovered, we had a friend tell us about fermented food. Fermenting stuff. What in the heck? What are you making, honey? What are you making right here?
Sourdough flatbread.
Okay, so you're making sourdough flatbread. So tell me, how did you figure out how to make your own bread? I thought you had to buy yeast and all that stuff.
I don't know. My friend just gave me a starter. And
What's a starter?
a starter is basically, it takes about a week to make. And it's basically just flour and water. And in the first couple days, you're supposed to discard like, I don't know, 50 grams every day, and then build up your starter. It takes about 7 days to finally have your starter ready so you could start making your sourdough bread.
Okay, well, what is starter? What is it? That's what makes the bread rise?
Well, your starter, yeah, so that's basically your...
Show me your starter bowl.
This is my starter bowl.
So you used to have it in a little cup?
I used to have it in a little cup, but this recipes that I've been using, it says that I need a cup of starter to make. For example, this flatbread, I needed a cup of starter. If I just use the pint jars that that started in, I'm not going to get a whole cup of starter out of that. So that's why I decided to go in a jar. And if you don't use it within a couple days, you're supposed to discard like half of it and throw it away. But there are many recipes that you could use with the discard starter. You could use, for example, from right out of here, you can just pour it onto your cast iron.
Yeah, your pizza stone, yeah.
Your pizza stone.
Yeah.
And make sure that's heated in the oven. I think it's like at 400 degrees. And then right away, you could just instead of...
So you're putting raw starter on? That's how you make your pizza crust?
Raw starter on, yes.
And that's your pizza crust?
Putting it right on there and spreading it. You want it thin in the middle. And you want it a little thick on the ends. But you put it back in the oven. Actually, before you put it back on the oven, you put a little bit of olive oil with your Italian seasoning and pepper, whatever you want.
No way. Pizza crust made that easy.
Yeah. You throw it in the oven for about 10 minutes, and it gets, it bakes it a little bit. Then you take it out, and then you put your cheese and your pepperoni and your sausage, whatever you want.
Wow.
And then...
And this is flatbread you're making?
This is flatbread.
Okay, so how did you make the flatbread? You have the starter in here. Wait, we got to back up. Okay, guys, so the traditional way that I saw my mom make bread when I was a kid, and I've seen everybody else do it, is you have the water with the flour and all your ingredients, right? But you buy yeast, Fleshman's yeast, right? And it's expensive. And I thought that's how you made bread rise. I've never known any different until Olivia's friend told us about making your own starter, your own sourdough starter. Of course, it is sourdough bread. That's how you make the bread rise. Well, what's in the starter that makes the bread rise? It's yeast. It's fermented.
It's bacteria.
It's bacteria that came out of the air. And it grows, and it starts to ferment. I have always equated fermented food with spoiled food. It's fermented, it's starting to bubble, it's starting to get moldy and mildew, or it's got stuff growing on it. To me, that was fermented. It was spoiled. It had gone past the due date. Not so. There is this whole new world of fermented food out there, guys. Yep, I had no idea. We just found this out, and wow. It's cheap, it's easy, And let me, okay, I'm going to show you guys all of the breads that Olivia made this week. Blows my mind. And then I'm going to show you guys the book that we bought that makes sourdough starter and sourdough anything super easy. We'll leave a link down in the description. But let me show you the breads first. Check these out. All right, guys, let's look at what Olivia made this week. Oh my goodness, she made sourdough sandwich bread, an actual loaf. That's what it looks like on the inside. Look at all the bubbles inside of that. Oh man. She made sourdough English muffins. Oh, they are fabulous. And my favorite, you guys, she made bagels. Bagels. Who does that? And these came out perfect the first time. Fresh out of the oven. What am I saying? You boil bagels. So she dunked them in boiling water and cooked these, and then she sprinkled the seasoning on top of it. Oh, man. You guys, bagels. We're making our own bagels. Who does that? Oh, man, this is so good. Oh. Don't ever make a video about food when you're hungry, guys, because now my stomach is actually hurting because I'm so hungry. Okay, so this is coconut oil, and you're going to cook the flatbread on this griddle. Why aren't you going to use the cast iron?
Because the cast iron, I could only do one at a time, and on the griddle, I can do a few at a time.
Okay, cool. Let's see what you're doing here.
So it's about a 1/4 inch or so. I just lay them on there.
And that's coconut oil, which is a little spendy, guys, but it's really good for you. And just like that, you're going to cook them just like that. And what do they turn into, like little flatbreads? I mean, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys, while those are cooking, I'm going to show you guys the book. All right, this is the book, guys. I'll leave a link down in the description. You guys can order this. It's only like $12 used on Amazon. Artisan Sourdough Made Simple. And there is every recipe in here that you saw that Olivia made.
There's also a lot of discard recipes in this book. Back in here, it tells you what you can make with discard.
Wow. Look at all those.
So
that's awesome. All right, so you like this book then?
I do.
Okay. You guys, I'm geeking out about this. It is cheap. It's good for you. I'm still learning. You guys leave a comment in the bottom. All of you guys that have already been dealing with fermented foods. Our friend gave us some fermented jalapenos. Huh, so good. You're flipping flatbreads already?
Yep.
Wow, those cooked fast.
It's about a minute or so on each side.
Okay. And what are we going to eat with that? Are you going to do some skate butter with those?
Yes, garlic's your skate butter.
Okay, we'll let those cook for another second. Yep. From what I understand, the fermenting process, when it starts to grow, and when you feed it, it actually eats, instead of sugar or the yeast eating sugar in there, it actually will eat some of the
bacteria that's floating.
No. What's it eating in the flour? Yeast. Not lactose. No.
Oh,
gluten. Well, I'm not gluten intolerant, but so many people these days are gluten intolerant, and so this stuff, when it's growing, it's actually eating and feeding on some of the gluten that's in the flour. So it's a lower level of gluten in this bread. It's healthy, it's cheap, and it's easy. I can't believe how quickly she nailed this. We're gonna try these flatbreads right now. All right, guys, this is our skate butter. When we're growing our garlic and we harvest the scapes, which is the flour stalk off the top of the garlic, and then you take that and you blend it with butter and you freeze it. Skate butter, real butter blended in a food processor with scapes, garlic scapes.
Garlic scape, lemon juice, and a little bit of salt.
A little bit of salt. So, oh my gosh, that smells like heaven.
Okay. Ready to try it?
Yes, I'm ready to try.
Mm-hmm. Honey.
Is that good or what?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, don't jip me on the skate butter. Oh gosh, you guys. Look at that. Oh man. Wow. Wow. Okay. These are flatbreads, super easy to make. Are they considered sourdough flatbread?
Yep, sourdough flatbread.
Okay. One last look, guys. Yeah, look who's trying to get his nose in there. He smells something too, but he knows better than to get his nose up on the table. One more look, guys, at these delicious, amazing bread products. And here's that book one more time. Artisan Sourdough. Guys, thank you for joining our journey, and we are learning how to be sustainable, self-sustaining, and eating healthier. And this is part of our journey, guys, as we moved off grid, being self-determining. So thanks you guys for watching. Happy New Year, everybody. We look forward to a new year and with you guys following along. And check out the bread. If you guys are interested in bread, it's easy to do, super easy to make. It really, and that book takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. Sourdough flatbed. Flatbed.
Bread.
Bread. Flatbed.
Where's
What's
your
on my
mind?
mind?
Yeah.
All right, we'll edit that out. That'll be a blooper.